All right, y'all. Here we go. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Here we are. Here we stand. We got another backlash coming up. Hope that sounds good. Trying out some new stuff today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Push and Berry podcast. Thank you guys for your support. It's all greatly appreciated. And here I am. We just doing a quick little backlash report or a preview show. I was gonna do a watch along, but that's not gonna happen today. Maybe the next one or something like that. But here we are. It's been a long couple of weeks, couple of days. Of course, y'all know I'm on hiatus from Club Pizzle. We'll be back in June, right in it's time for the start of the NBA Finals. But I got to give y'all one more wrestling joint. I think I'll be back again for another Push and Berry at some point. The next PLE is May 31st, I believe. So we'll be back for that. But we're just going to jump right into this thing, man. Backlash is tonight. It is at the Benchmark Arena in Tampa Bay. They in Tampa. This is practically a home game for WWE. This is like home base. This is where the PC is. This is where most of the wrestlers are. So a lot of these guys and gals are, basically home. This is it should be an interesting show. It's been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on in WWE, honestly, since WrestleMania. Roster cuts, some major roster cuts, and a lot of people are not happy about it. People are pissed, like seriously pissed and not happy. And I understand it because some of the guys that are gone, like it was surprising. And then to hear what was said or what is actually going on and the reason why these roster cuts are taking place and some of the guys that were cut. Let's just run through those real quick. The New Day, Kofi and Xavier Woods are both gone. That one I like. When they do these roster cuts, and these roster cuts usually happen around this time of year, and it's in mass, it happens. So of course the people are gonna be upset, and there's gonna be a lot of people not happy, and people are gonna complain because people complain and wrestling fans complain. But that's not why I'm here. Just surprisingly, and it just kind of like happened with a couple of these guys. But hearing Kofi and Xavier are going, Kofi, world champion, multiple time intercontinental champion. I believe Kofi's a Grand Slam champion. They won the NXT tag titles. Woods and Kofi along with Big E are like was the greatest faction tag team trio. Like you put them up there with the Usos, you put them up there with the Dudleys, you put them up there with Edge and Christian and the Hardys, and just they're Hall of Fame, they're future Hall of Fame tag team. One of the best tag teams of the past decade since they got started. And Kofi's been a staple on WWE TV for so long. It was just sad to see him go. Xavier was a guy who at a time, like you didn't know if the guy was going to be around or not. Same thing with Big E. Big E had an Intercontinental Championship run, and then he just kind of was in limbo. And then you form New Day, and bam, you got that. So again, man, it's so shocking to hear them leave. Hopefully, they'll come out and talk about it. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I haven't seen anything yet. Like I said, it's been a really busy week for me, so I haven't had an opportunity to like check out Xavier's up, up, down, down thing, which he still has going, and hopefully he keeps that going. And Kofi, hopefully he has a role backstage or something within the company. I would hate to see Kofi Kingston go elsewhere. I would hate to see him on the Indies or at an AEW or somewhere like that. Kofi's a WWE guy. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Also, JC Mateo and Tongaloa are out, which is surprising. They were in the middle of some type of a storyline, and we'll see where that goes. I'll talk a little bit more about that. Kyrie Sane was another one that was really, really shocking, especially because she's like right smack dab in the middle of a story, in the middle of a storyline with Oscar, and I'm gonna talk about that too coming up in a couple of minutes here. Um, Wyatt Six is out, and to be honest, it's not surprising because that thing only would have worked if Bray was still here. I mean, the whole Uncle Howdy thing, I get where they were trying to go with that and what they were trying to do with it, but it wasn't sustainable. You know what I mean? Like, and all of those guys and gal that were in that faction, Uncle Howdy, aka Bo Dallas, Bray's real life brother. You had Rowan, who was a part of the original Wyatt family. And you had Dexter Loomis, Wayne Gacy, as well as Nikki Cross, who is a former world champion. So a lot of this stuff is, like, again, it was surprising, but it's not surprising because that thing wasn't going to work. It only would have worked with Bray. Like the initial pop of them coming in was cool. You get that pop and, you miss Bray and you got Bray's legacy, but that thing was not going to work. I mean, they had a tag team championship run. They had a couple of little feuds. There are some directions I would have liked to see them go with it. But again, man, that thing wasn't going to work without Bray. I have my words for TKO, but I'll save them for another time. Like, it's right after Mania. It's some business stuff that I really don't want to get into one here. I only strictly want to focus on the product in the ring. I don't care too much to open the curtain and go behind the curtain and break the fourth wall. Like all that behind the scenes stuff, I'll let other people talk about that and complain about that, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here just to focus strictly on what goes on in those rings, in the ring, on TV. That's what I care about. So that being said, man, we are almost set for Backlash tonight. Again, it's at the Benchmark Arena in Tampa. It starts at 6 p.m. The first hour is on ESPN2. The entire thing is on the ESPN Global app or ESPN Plus app or whatever the hell they're trying to call it. Or whatever they want to call it. Big arena, big setting. That's a huge arena they got down there in Tampa. Which I guess they were trying to lower NBA team there at some point. But, they got this big arena. I believe the Raptors played down there during the pandemic. Nice size arena. It should be a hot crowd. Got a nice card here, man. Let's get it started. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, both guys were off of WrestleMania. No, Braun was off of WrestleMania. Seth was back. And this is a matchup that I believe it could have been at Mania for the title or like somewhere in between there. But this rivalry is a thing because of the whole Vision thing and Seth bringing Braun in and then bringing the rest of the Vision members in. And it's just a lot of stuff surrounding the Vision that those guys just can't stay healthy. Everybody in that faction has been injured at some point as far as the original members go. Seth's been injured. Breaker has been injured. And Big Bronson Reed is currently on the mend with an injury. He suffered a nasty injury on TV. And of course, Paulie is going to be around. I believe the Vision is going to insert themselves in this match, Austin Theory and Logan Paul. And I'm expecting the Street Profits also to pull up and pop out. I'm going to take Seth to win this match, but somehow Brian is going to be standing at the end of this. It's going to be some kind of roll up victory or some kind of something. I don't think this one is quite finished yet. This is almost, I won't call it a blood feud, but this is like a feud that needs multiple matches and that'll end up in a Hell in a Cell or something like that. But I'm going to take Seth here. I'm going to pick Seth. And I know both of these guys are just now coming back. I'm going to just pick Seth. Next matchup we got here, Asuka versus Io Sky. This match has potential to be the best match of the night. Io Sky is the best women's wrestler in the world. I'm saying that. I'm standing on it. In the words of Becky Lynch, it's not just me saying it, everybody's saying it. Io Sky has been the best woman wrestler in WWE for the longest time. She has been kicking ass. She puts on these great matches. She's put on great matches with Rhea, Bianca, Bayley, Jade. Anybody she gets in the ring with is up there and is elevated and is great and is awesome every time out. Asuka is one of the best women in the world. And heel Asuka is even better than babyface Asuka. She definitely brings the noise. But at the end of the day, I feel like this match is going to go to Io Sky. And I feel like Kairi Sane may return tonight. You hear the fans. We want Io. We want Io. Not Io. We want Kairi. I feel like that would be the way to tie a bow into this, and you bring Kyrie back and you have her and EO together, and Asuka can go move on to do something else, or this thing ends up somehow at SummerSlam in August with a triple threat between all three of those ladies. And that's if Kyrie does come back. But I'm going to go with EO in this match. United States Championship match, champion Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. This is a run back from WrestleMania where Trick took the title from Sammy. The match at Mania alone, it made it almost feel like this thing wasn't going to be done. The SmackDown after Mania also showed like this thing's not going to be done. And when he attacked and killed the gingerbread man, I was like, yeah, this thing is going to go on. This thing is going to keep going. And I'm honestly not mad. I'm really not even mad at the gingerbread man thing and Lil Yachty being around with Trick. Like, it's cool because Yachty's not doing too much. Yachty's just there and he looked like he's having a ball. He's getting a little physical. He's in it enough to where it feels like, all right, this isn't like he's not doing too much. He's not interfering with what's actually happening in the ring. And I hope this is the end of the gingerbread man thing. We got our laughs out of it. We got the kick. We saw the funeral. Well, like most of you probably saw the funeral on SmackDown last night. Listen, y'all, I got a kick out of it. I thought it was hilarious. Trick coming out in the black mink, in the black leather, and the black lemon pepper steppers. It's pretty awesome. But I'm ready for that to be done. And I think it's going to be done because Trick is going to win and retain his title. Hopefully he moves on and that kicks off a summer feud with him and Carmelo Hayes and getting in finally it coming to a head at SummerSlam in Minnesota. Tag team match, we got Danhausen and a mystery partner going against Miz and Kit Wilson. I mean, Danhausen has been on TV, and I know the debut wasn't my favorite thing. I wasn't really feeling it, but the more I watched the dude, like, it's absolutely hilarious. Like, it's fun, and you need a little bit of fun. Yes, I am a wrestling purist, but I also know that these type of acts in WWE go over well with fans. I may not like it, but I'm gonna accept it, and I'm really not mad about it because Danhausen is enjoyable. And for what I've seen in the ring, his ring work is okay. Um, as far as the mystery partner, don't let me get the line to y'all and trying to guess. I don't know. It could be CM Punk. CM Punk is his boy, or he could be bringing in somebody new to go along with him. Like, I don't know who all is tied with him. I don't know if anybody left AEW to come over there with him, but I don't care who the mystery partner is. The mystery partner, they're going to beat Miz and Kit Wilson, and I think Kit Wilson is going to kick Miz to the curb, and that's going to kick off a feud between the two of them that end up on Saturday night's main event or something like that. And finally, we got the main event, the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns, first defense of the World Heavyweight Championship against his cousin, Jacob Fatu. This is one of my favorite matches. Like, this is a match I've been wanting to see for a while since Jacob finally made the crossover. They've teased it a lot. They've been in Rumbles together. They've been in War Games together. So I'm looking forward to this match. I think this is going to be a hard-hit match. Roman said, I'm back. All that part-time issues over with. Like, in spite of what internet reports are saying, I try not to read them, but I can't help it because a lot of that stuff, like when you do wrestling stuff or talk wrestling stuff, your algorithms, it automatically picks it up. So I see headlines, but I'm just not reading articles. I don't care about the rumors. I don't care about none of that. I just know Roman is here for Backlash. And I think Roman is going to get the win. It's going to be a hard-fought win. But I think the Usos are going to get involved. And I feel like post-match, Jacob is going to do something. And or we actually might see another member of the bloodline or of the Samoan dynasty, the Anoa'i/Fatu dynasty, make their way into WWE. And y'all know who I'm talking about. It's the one and only Zilla Fatu. It's a lot pointing to it. You're seeing a lot more of Jacob and Zilla together on Zilla's YouTube page. Zilla's making a lot less appearances in the different indies. I think he's still in Hog. I think he's still in Booker T's promotion. I think he still might be doing stuff for Fourth Rope. But you don't see him like doing indie matches as often as he does. But you are starting to see him and Jacob hanging out a little more on camera. You're seeing them like, because they were partners in indies, in MLW. So I feel like it's time to bring Zilla in. I believe like the last couple of backlashes, there has been a new member of the Samoan dynasty introduced. And this year is probably not going to be any different. So to recap it, I got Seth winning over Braun, but Braun is going to end up being the last one standing. I got Io Sky over Asuka, which is probably going to be the match of the night. I got Trick over Sammy to retain his title. Danhausen and his mystery partner over Miz and Kit Wilson. And Roman Reigns is going to retain his World Heavyweight Championship tonight. And also tonight, there's going to be some sort of big announcement made by the one and only John Cena. What that announcement is, I have no idea, so I'm just going to throw a few guesses in there. It's possibly him announcing the site for WrestleMania 44. You're hearing Nashville, you're hearing New Orleans. They might be making WrestleMania 44's official city and site announced tonight. Could it have something to do with the new club WWE that they're doing? Which I haven't gotten to yet, but I'm gonna look at it and see what it's all about and see what you get out of that. I'm a WWE guy, so Of course, I'm a support. I'm going to spend the money. That's what I do. I spent the money for the WWE network. I was in the WWE the WWE shop thing where they were giving t-shirts like the T-shirt Club. I got about 25 WWE Funkos, which I'm continuing to add to that list. I got Yokozuna on the way. Shout out to Yoko, Big Yoke. I'm wondering if it could be something pertaining to that. Or could it be they're announcing a 2-night Royal Rumble? I mean, you already got a 2-night Mania, WrestleMania. You got a 2-night SummerSlam. The other of the big four, you could go without a 2-night Survivor Series, which I think they'll end up doing anyway. But a 2-night Royal Rumble, had a Women's Rumble headline one night, the Men's Rumble headline the other night. I mean, that's just that's a possibility. Or it could be something else. Could Shane McMahon be coming back? Could they be announcing Vince coming back? I don't know. Again, I'm guessing. I'm not looking at, again, I don't read dirt sheets or none of that. Could they be announcing some sort of a crossover event between WWE, NXT, TNA, and AAA? Could they be all four being combined on one big card or something like that? Maybe that could be something for Night of Champions, because Night of Champions is the night where all champions supposed to defend their titles, and maybe they have all the titles across all of the promotions that they have. That sounds like a good idea, right? You know, all the WWE titles up for grabs, the NXT titles up for grabs, AAA and the TNA guy. Like it, I mean, it don't hurt. Like it's something. Or could they finally be announcing a physical WWE Hall of Fame somewhere? I mean, they are in Tampa. That is where the PC is. That is where, you know, NXT is housed. Could that be it? For them to actually build a physical WWE Hall of Fame building where wrestling fans can go from all over the world and go to one place. Even though they do stuff during WrestleMania and the SummerSlams and the big PLEs, they take these artifacts. But maybe they just want to, they're tired of carrying that stuff around. They just want to put those big artifacts all in one place. Again, I have no idea of what they're going to do there. Some couple quick notes here. Gunther and Cody are locked in. This is the first match announced for Clash in Italy, which will be taking place on May 31st out in Italy. I believe it's the first PLE in Italy. I guess that one is going to be the headlining match. That was made official. That's going to be interesting, though. The schedule, WWE schedule, you know, because they wedge in Saturday night's main events in here. The summer, like after tonight's Backlash, the summer schedule. You got a Saturday night's main event in 2 weeks on May 23rd. You got Clash in Italy the next week on May the 31st. Night of Champions in Riyadh on June 27th. Saturday night's main event at MSG on July 18th. Now that's going to be big right there. And SummerSlam August 1st and 2nd in Minnesota. So their big schedule is, you know, they're ramming things up. I do have a couple of questions on some guys. Where's LA Knight? Where's Drew McIntyre? Where's Randy Orton? Is Randy Orton legitimately injured? Like, was he really injured going into his Mania match with Cody Rhodes? I know Drew in his new contract, I believe he, again, and I don't care about this behind the scenes stuff. I just was wondering like where these guys are. But I think in Drew's new contract, he has time off, like some times off, like in his contract where he don't have to be there every week. But we love Drew McIntyre. I love to see Drew, his trolling, and him being the biggest hater. And LA Knight. LA Knight was fish greasing, was cooking. LA Knight has been missing in action. It just makes me wonder, like, what's going on with him. And before I get out of here, rest in peace to Ted Turner. Ted Turner passed away this week. like as someone who does media and has been doing media stuff for well over almost 20 years, like in radio, little TV stuff, and now I'm in this pod space. Um, Ted was like he's a measuring stick for a lot of people. Big media moguls, founded CNN, TBS, TNT. I believe Cartoon Network is also under that. He created the Superstation. I remember being a kid and being able to watch Atlanta Braves games on TNT. Like he made the Atlanta Braves a national brand and a national phenomenon, and everybody loved, well, not everybody, but people were Atlanta Braves fans because they had an opportunity to watch them on television. He is also one of the biggest reasons, or he's a big part of the wrestling boom of the late 90s and early 2000s. He was on the other side of the Monday Night War. He bought Crockett Promotions, Mid South, aka Mid South Wrestling, uh, and part of the NWA, and turned it into WCW, which they beat WWE on Monday nights for 83 weeks in a row. He was the guy he was the money behind all of that. Like he really basically helped usher in and kick off a new era in wrestling, and it was at its peak. This was peak wrestling, 95, 96, 97, 98, all the way up till 2001, when you had two companies that were upper echelon and were challenging and pushing each other. So again, rest in peace to Ted Turner. Thank you for your contributions to what you call the wrestling business, wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever y'all want to call it. Again, man, I'm looking forward to Backlash, and hopefully, ESPN. Come on, y'all got to do us right. I don't want these short matches. Not tonight. I mean, the thing with WrestleMania was what it was, but this cannot be what the ESPN and WWE partnership looks like. It can't look like this. Too many ads, not enough wrestling, not enough action, not enough of the guys. Bring the video packages back, like cut some of these. And I get you got to give money in the ads and all of that stuff, but don't take away the one thing that we love. I got my two of my favorite things combined together in ESPN and the WWE, and please don't muck it up. Please don't muck it up. Please don't. I'm begging. Like maybe we're back to the 5-match format for WWE on these the non-major the PLEs. I'm sorry, I keep saying pay-per-views. I'm still trained, like I'm still trying to reprogram like PLE pay-per-views. But I'm hoping again, man, they don't add me out tonight. And I'm actually looking forward to the show. I think it's going to be a good show. The card is pretty damn good. Again, I'm expecting Oscar and EO to steal the show if given the right time. I know how good Sammy and Trick are. Seth and Breaker, again, are good. Miz is a veteran in this thing, so he does bring it when he needs to bring it. And Roman and Jacob, like the family feud, could this be the kickoff of the big boom? And just can Roman be reestablishing his dominance? And could this bloodline thing be striking back up again? Is it a recycle of Jacob losing and Roman beating him and he comes to his senses? We're gonna see. Next time I join y'all, it may be during that or after the clash in Italy. So we'll be back. Hopefully, I have a little more energy for you guys, but hopefully, I'll see you guys like Push and Berry again. This is a short little annual thing. And just be ready, man. I'm gonna give y'all wrestling the pistol way, the best way that I can. Y'all heard I see everybody trying their thing, doing this wrestling thing, but y'all gonna get the best from me, and everybody else is just not. But until next time, y'all, peace.